Today we're going to be working on a 2017 Infiniti QX70. We're going to be installing a NIS9 VL2 in this vehicle. We'll be taking out the whole center console area here by the radio, as well as the screen itself. So we'll show you how to do that. Alright, so first we'll need to disassemble this area. To do that, we'll be opening the glove box and taking off this piece of trim here. It pulls out actually forward like that. So instead of being up, it'll go this way. And from there, we'll be taking off this piece of trim. We do need to remove the shifter knob first. So you pull down on this trim. And from here, you'll pop this little clip off. You want to be careful not to lose that, because that's what keeps this in place. Pull up on that. Put this to the side. And from there, we'll be pulling up this whole trim. If you pull from the back, the clips will come loose here, and you can work your way around with the pry tool. Alright, and once you've got that off, you can undo this whole run here, or you can just unplug it down here, which is what we'll be doing. We're going to be using our pry tool just to pop the clip that holds it in place. And once you've got that loose, you can put that to the side. Here's what all the clips look like. And the next part will be removing this, so we'll show you that. Alright, so the next step we'll be pulling this out. We are going to put this down and drive, just so we don't have to worry about it getting in the way. You want to make sure to have your parking brake on if you are doing that. And from here, we're going to put our pry tool on the side. And just pry back and pull. And that side will come loose. And as you can see, we've got the 4 clips here on all the corners. And we'll just be unplugging this right here. And from here, we can start taking off all the radio. Alright, so now we'll be using a Phillips head to start removing all this. We'll start with the 2 screws down here to take off this faceplate. And once those are loose, this will come right out. Make sure you pull from the bottom so you don't break any of these tabs. And there's going to be some plugs back here. Just disconnect those. And once that's out of the way, we're going to have 2 more screws up here to take off. And now that those are out of the way, this little trim will come out up here. And you can pull from the bottom, but you're also going to want to use a pry tool to get the clips up top. Make sure everything's loose. And now that that's out of the way, we've got access to the display and the radio. So we'll show you how to remove those and connect everything. Alright, so the next step, now that we've got all the trim removed, we'll be taking out the display. It'll be these 2 Phillips heads here. And now that those are removed, you need to lift up from the bottom, similar to how we did the front button panel trim, and pull out. These 2 up here are what slide into this to keep it in place, so that's why we do it at the angle. From here, we'll just be disconnecting these 2 connectors. And this is where we'll be putting our display cable, so we'll come back and show you that later. Next, we'll move on to the radio. Alright, and now that we've removed the top display, the only thing holding this in are the 2 down here. So take those out. And this just pulls right out after that. From here, we'll be disconnecting our cables. This white box here is going to be the AC controller, so make sure none of our harnesses get plugged into it. Sometimes our harnesses will match these, but make sure you don't plug into them or the AC controls and the VLine will not work. Next, we're just removing all these so we have access to install all of our cables. Some of these might be difficult to undo with the clips. In that case, you might need to use the pry tool. Just make sure you don't break the connector doing that. There we go. And we'll pull this out. Here's what all the connections look like behind there. And we'll be moving on to putting in our harnesses now. We're going to be doing a flush mount inside of this pocket here with the cigarette lighter. So first thing, we'll be unplugging this. You need to pinch down on this clip right here. Pull back. from there you can untuck it from these two clips, and you can either cut the zip tie or get this loose. We'll just be pinching in the sides of it to pull it out. Now that that's out, we can go ahead and remove this. We're going to be using a cigarette lighter removal tool, but you can also just grab these two inside parts and bend them out. And from there, you just push that straight out. And now we've got the empty hole here, which our flush mount will be going into. We just test the tape around the outside of this to kind of make it where it'll be snug. And we'll see how that fits. There we go. And so now we've got the flush mount in here. So we're going to be doing the install in the glove box here. So we'll need to be removing this. We're also going to take out this cavity here for the glove box so we can run our wires easier. To get the glove box off, you're just going to push in on one side and it'll actually pop out. And there's going to be a clip right here that holds it from coming all the way down. It's like an elastic band almost. And then from there, push in the other side. The glove box comes right off. These bottom pieces here clip in on this part here, and so when you pull off, you want to make sure you pull directly off and not at any type of angle. The next part will be this down here. It's just clipped in, so you can just push down and pull it out. And you need a Phillips head for this next part. We're going to remove a Phillips head here, one in the middle, another one at the bottom, and there'll be the 4 across the top here. Alright, now that we've got those removed, this actually just pulls straight out. It's going to be this little clip right here. It just pushes in so you can pull it out. And then this light up here. And that's how you remove the glove box and the cavity for it. We'll be running our wires through this way, and we'll come back to show you that. Alright, so now that the radio's removed, the display's out, and the glove box is out, we're ready to start running our harnesses. We're going to start with our main power harness here, the MCF NIS9. I've got the 2 connectors here, so we'll find those. These 2 here with the yellow tape, these are going to be for the AC, so just make sure you ignore those, and go to these down here. The first one we'll do is this main power harness. And the second one, we'll have our audio. Other wires there. There we go. And now that those are plugged in, we're going to route them up. The way we're going to do that is coming up here by the AC vent. You can see this other Luma wire right here. We're going to run it up behind that. And then we're going to go back down into the glove box area. And so now we've got that ran. We're going to go ahead and repeat that with our other harnesses. So we've got our video harness next, the GVN-MF. And that'll connect behind the display here. These connectors will fit behind the radio, so make sure you do install it up here, otherwise the screen won't work properly. And then this will be hanging since it's going to plug into the display. And we're going to route that along the top here. Follow this other loom. As you can see, we've got it here, and I'm just pulling it straight through to the glove box. And we're going to leave the slack here for now, but we're going to zip tie that up later and put it behind the display here. The last main harness that you're going to need is going to be this one, the WL-NIS USB. And that one will actually be taking the slot of this plug here. It's got the blue on it. So this plug will be left disconnected, so we're just going to tuck that back behind there. And we're going to leave this out, and we're going to route this side to the VLine. And we're going to go the same way that we did with our main harness, behind here, and then back down into the glove box. Alright, now that we've got all those ran, we're ready to start putting everything in. Alright, so now that we've got all the cables cable managed, and we've got everything ran to the glove box, we're ready to install the radio and then the display. So we'll start down here. And again, these ones right here, 2 that come from the top together that have the yellow tape here. These are for the AC. Those will go into the white box, so you want to make sure you don't plug those in anywhere else. And This one up top here as well will be going to the front panel, so make sure you keep it out of the way. And the blue one here, we will not be reconnecting. We're looking for the brown one. It should be right here, and that'll go into the brown port on the side. And everything else will just fit in its port. This will be one of our connections here. And our other one will be right below it. And lastly, we don't want to forget our other cable. This one right here. The WL NIS USB. That'll go on the far side. And that should be everything. Just make sure you double check and have all your connectors plugged in. And once that's all plugged in, we can go ahead and connect the AC. And we'll slide this back in place. You want to line up the pegs up top and at the bottom. There we go. And we're ready to start screwing that in. Alright, so we're going to start with these two bottom screws. And you just want to get the radio in place where it's on top of the pegs. Alright, now that those are in, we'll move up to the display next. Alright, so now we're ready for the display. We're plugging in the GVN-MF connector in. Make sure you have that behind the display and not behind the radio. We'll plug in the power. And you're going to slide it in an angle to get the top two bits in, and then lower it so it sits on those. And now we can screw that in. We're going to be using these silver ones for the bottom and the top here. You will have the black bolts, and those will go into the plastic. Alright, now that those are in, we're ready to assemble the trim. Alright, so this will be the first piece that'll go in. Just line it back up how we took it out. Make sure you have it tilted the right orientation. And you want to make sure this cable is coming out here because that'll plug into our front panel here. We're going to put in 2 screws next. And then we'll be putting this piece on now. This connector is going to go into the slot down here. And from there we can start plugging in the trim. Okay. And then you slide in the top first, tilt it down, and it'll push into place, and we're ready to put in these 2 bolts at the bottom. And we'll move on to this trim down here next. Alright, so we can put the cigarette lighter tray back in. In our case, we've actually disconnected the cigarette lighter and put this in. So we won't be plugging in the cigarette lighter anymore, and we'll be doing a USB here instead. Go. Now I can move on to the lower trim. So we put the shifter trim back on. You want to make sure you plug this connector back in, just right on the front here. Once that's in place, you just push down all around the sides and it'll slide right in. And from there we'll put the shifter back on and make sure you have it facing the right way. And the orientation for this will be up. There's little tracks on the side of the shifter knob that it'll fit right into, so you'll know when you have it in the right spot. There we go. Alright, we're ready to reinstall the glove box now. And we're going to take all of our wires for the VLine here and feed them through this hole that we drilled on the top. if you're doing it through a hole this size, you want to make sure that you're doing all your bigger cables first, like I did, and then you can move on to the smaller cables next. Now that we got this through, we want to make sure we plug in the light. And you just slide the trim into place up here and push the clips. Now we're ready to screw it all in. That'll be the 4 up top, the 2 at the bottom, and then the 1 in the back here. There we go. And we're ready to put the glove box in next. Alright, so to get the glove box back in, you're going to want to clip all 3 of these in at the bottom. We're going to put all of our wires inside the glove box. We're going to line all 3 of those up. Push them in, you'll hear them click into place. And then from there, we're going to get the glove box up into here. You'll need to push in on the side. Get one side in. Just like that. And then from there, we'll be connecting this on the back of the string. Can't really show it on camera, but we'll try to get an angle in there. Alright, so once you've got it in, you can pop out this side and it'll make it a little easier. Here's the piece, if you can see it back there, that we're putting in. This will go around a loop down here, and then there's going to be this part that pushes into a hole. So once you line up the loop, you should be able to push it into the hole. There we go. And once we've heard that click and we wiggle it, we know it's in there. Now we can line this back up where it was. Make sure you push down on the glove box to get this back corner back in, and then push it up, and now you have it all on the tracks, and everything's back to normal. Alright, and the final step will be putting in this bottom part here. To get that in, you're just going to slide it up into place. There's 2 pegs in the back that you have to stick in, and once those are in, you'll be putting in these clips here. Now we're ready to test.